everybody to supervise, that's
Okay,
all
so
I'm
you know, I
saying.
need to do this now. Are you ready already?
No, I've been waiting on someone, but it wasn't me.
Ready? I'm ready. I call this meeting to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Councilman Mashburn, here, Councilman Mishnick,
Here.
Vice Mayor McGee,
Here.
Mayor Jones.
Here. Tonight's invocation and pledge of allegiance will be given by Jay.
The prayer. O God, creator and Lord of our city, as well as of our individual lives, we humbly acknowledge your interest and your presence at this council meeting tonight. Before we begin our business, we deliberately open our minds and spirits to your holy will. Help us be worthy of the trust the citizens have placed in us. Guide us in each decision we make, that it might be as fair and just as it is economically sound, to the end that our community may achieve its highest potential and become all you want it to be. Amen. Now we'll all rise for that pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we need to decide if there's a pause between that, or we can just go right into it.
You go ahead and decide. For the public's reference, a copy of the open meeting law has been posted on the northeast corner of the room in the audience area. This posting complies with the requirements of the Nebraska legislature.
First item on tonight's agenda is the consent calendar, which consists of the approval of minutes, council proceedings, payroll and claims, the Alliance Volunteer Fire Department roster update, cemetery certificate, resolution number 24-44, 8th Street rehab change order, resolution number 24-45, the police department budget transfer for GeoCom, resolution number 24-46, the police department budget transfer for fleet purchase, resolution number 24-47, the landfill budget transfer for loader repairs, and resolution number 24-48, classification plan schedule. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Second. Then moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I just had some questions on the budget transfers. Seth, so for instance, on 2445, the GeoCom, we're taking money out of computers. Is there no need for computers? Is that going to harm?
Mike, can you put your mic over to you, please?
Oh, sure.
If I'm remembering correctly, Chief, can you please correct me? This was a program that the previous chief had implemented for some technology that we're no longer pursuing.
Okay, all right, that sound accurate?
So the GeoCom budget transfer, we are currently using GeoCom for our mapping software. We've had nothing but trouble with it since we got it. And so I talked to the deputy chief in Scottsbluff, who kind of oversees the communication center. They were having the same issues, got away from GeoCom and are using Central Square, which we already have, to do the mapping portion of the 911 system. So this renewal with GeoCom will be the last renewal, and we will stop using it after this.
Okay.
To answer your question, we have already updated all the computers. We're going to update this year. There was some surplus in that fund, so we transferred money from that fund to pay for this final subscription for GeoCom.
So you're not having to give anything up in order to accomplish that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then the same thing with the database subscriptions, transfer out of database subscriptions.
So the person who did the budget before me had set aside a large amount of money for some of these subscriptions that we have eliminated. We're no longer using a lot of these services. There was a lot of duplication. We were paying for a lot of services that we didn't need. For example, we were paying for a service to allow us to do surveys on our officers when our website already has a service set up where people can leave a review on an officer or on a call for service anytime they want to. So we eliminated that additional cost. So there's some extra money sitting in that fund. And with the money that we're transferring over, I'm going to be able to put a total of 5 vehicles back into service Two are existing vehicles that we're doing some repairs on that have been sitting idle for about a year. And the other three are vehicles that we're being able to purchase at a really excellent cost, which will get us through until next budget year when we start working on our 10-year replacement.
Okay, just wanted to be sure that we weren't even, we're trading one thing for another.
No, sir. We're just trying to make the best use of the funds we have for the rest of this year before we move into next year.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Mishnik,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McGee,
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Councilman Mashburn,
Yes.
and Mayor Jones.
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is our recognition to Mayor Earl Jones. Right up front, or just right here? Right here. Okay. Well, we'd like to present you this plaque in appreciation and dedication of your service. And I personally want to thank you for your guidance and conversations through this, and as your years listed as city council and also your years listed as mayor. And on behalf of the city, we thank you very much for your dedication.
Okay, the next item is proclamation for Travel and Tourism Week. Do we have somebody to accept that?
He's doing his, and then you.
Oh, well,
That'll be it.
jeez.
Okay.
Okay, whereas the city of Alliance, Nebraska celebrates its unique charm and vibrant community spirit, drawing visitors from far and wide in search of adventure and discovery. And whereas National Travel and Tourism Week provides an invaluable opportunity for Alliance residents to showcase our distinctive attractions, including the world-famous car henge, the timeless allure of downtown Alliance, the enriching experiences offered by our museums, and the serene beauty of our parks. And whereas tourism plays a vital role in the evolution of Alliance by supporting local businesses and generating economic growth that strengthens our community and enhances our quality of life. And whereas Alliance is committed to promoting responsible tourism practices that preserve our cultural heritage and uphold the values of hospitality and inclusivity that define our city. And whereas tourism fosters a sense of community and belonging through vibrant events such as Bands on the Bricks and Ottoman Alliance, providing affordable entertainment and fostering connections among residents and visitors alike. And whereas National Travel and Tourism Week serves as a reminder of the power of collaboration and unity among residents, businesses, and local organizations, and showcasing Alliance as a welcoming and unforgettable destination for travelers from near and far. Now, therefore, the City of Council of Alliance, Nebraska does hereby proclaim the week of May 19th to 25th, 2024 as Travel and Tourism Week. Okay. Yes.
Somebody's here.
And I read proclamation, whereas where the National League of Cities was founded in 1924 in Lawrence, Kansas, as the American Municipal Association by municipal leagues seeking more coordination and national representation as cities, towns, and villages expanded rapidly. And whereas the nonpartisan National League of Cities is the oldest and largest organization representing municipal government through the United States, representing the interests of more than 19,000 cities, towns, and villages across the country. And whereas today the National League of Cities works in the partnership with 49 state municipal leagues across the country to strengthen local leadership, drive innovation, and influence the federal policies that impact local programs and operations. And whereas, as the voice of the cities, towns, and villages in Washington, D.C., the National League of Cities has successfully championed federal legislature solutions that support municipalities and has worked closely with Congress and the executive branch to educate policymakers on the realities of local implementation. And whereas City of Alliance is a proud member of the National League of Cities and has benefited from the organization's research, technical expertise, federal advocacy, and opportunities to learn from other local governments. And whereas local governments are the bedrock of American democracy, providing 336 million residents with the most accountable, responsive, inclusive, ethical, and transparent government in the world. And whereas from the nation's smallest villages to its largest cities, America's local governments have been essential in transforming the United States of America into the greatest, most influential nation in world history. Whereas City of Alliance was first incorporated in 1888 and is proudly served today by Mayor Jones, Vice Mayor Mike McGehee, Councilman Mishnick, Councilman Mashburn, and Councilman Weisgerber, and a municipal workforce of 112 dedicated public servants. Now, therefore, the City of Alliance, Nebraska does hereby proclaim National Cities and Towns and Villages Month. Eyes were starting to fog over.
The next item on tonight's agenda is resolution number 24-49. This resolution will accept the required amendments to the City of Alliance drug and alcohol policy, which covers both DOT programs, the FTA and the FMCSA, and language in the drug-free workplace policy. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to accept resolution number 24-49.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 24-49. Is there any discussion? Our HR person is here. Does anybody have any questions for her? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Mashburn,
Yes.
Councilman Mishnick,
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McGehee,
Yes.
and Mayor Jones.
Yes.
Next item are some board appointments. Dick Frankenhauser submitted an application for the Housing Authority Board with his term ending on December 31st, 2027. Tammy Dubray and Travis O'Gorman submitted applications to serve on the Library Board with their terms ending on June 30th, 2029. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve these board appointments.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the board appointments. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Councilman Mashburn,
Yes.
Councilman Mishnick,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McGehee,
Yes.
Mayor Jones.
Yes.
Last item on the agenda is executive session for the city manager annual review. At 7:16.
You have to read that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to read that?
Yes.
I move pursuant to section 84-1410, the reissue revised statute of Nebraska 1943, that A, Alliance City Council hold a closed session for the purpose of the job performance evaluation of Seth Sorensen. B, that the city council finds a closed session is necessary to prevent needless injury to the reputation of Seth Sorensen, and that the city manager has not requested a public hearing.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to go to executive session for the purpose of the city manager's annual review. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Vice Mayor McGehee,
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Councilman Mishnick,
Yes.
Councilman Mashburn,
Yes.
and Mayor Jones.
Yes. The motion having been passed by the affirmative vote of the voting members of the city council, the council shall hold a closed session for the purpose, and only for the purpose of evaluating the job performance of the city manager. And we will do that at 7:20, to give a chance chance for people to leave. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just want to say good luck.